This is a brief orientation to the computer literacy course. When you log in, you should see the page that you see on my screen. This page gives you the information about the instructor and how to contact me. Please do feel free to contact me at any time. The Start Here link, an online support page for you, and any announcements that may be in my course. I do make announcements at least once a week on Mondays and many times during the week, so please log in every 1 to 2 days. Start Here. This takes you to the welcome. You can read the welcome. You can read more about me at my web page, or you can also listen to the welcome if you prefer. I'm not going to go through all of these pages, but the Start Here pages and the welcome pages you need to do this week. We started in the middle of the week, but it's not but a few things to do. Some reading, getting acquainted with the course, and then of course a couple of small assignments that you can do without your textbook by this Sunday. Introduce yourself and a syllabus discussion. Please do use this week to get your textbook, including the code that goes with this course, and any software downloaded that you need to download. This just tells you about the course navigation. If you're not familiar with Canvas, there's also a link at the bottom for more training. This gives you a brief overview of the course, what the course will cover, the course objectives, and how you will meet those objectives. A brief overview of all the assignments that you will be doing. Some of those are learning assignments that are very important, and some of them are things that you will turn in for a grade. Here are the necessary skills for this course. Please do read thoroughly all of this information. What is required? You do have to have the textbook, which you can purchase in the bookstore. If you have a question about the textbook, please be sure that you do ask me about that. The textbook is a must for this course. Please do not try to do without the textbook or postpone the purchase of that textbook. You need it now. Required other, daily internet. Of course, you need to be able to access Canvas at learn.nmsu.edu, and you need Microsoft Office 2013 or Office 365, which you do not have to purchase. If you read through the technology, you'll see that they do give you that information there on how to download. Very important that you have the materials. Course and institutional policies. I do accept late work if you have contacted me in advance of the due date and only for 1 week extension, but you must communicate with me prior to. There is also a penalty for that extension. There are your support services in case you need those. Here's how the course will work. There are 6 modules. Computer Concepts, which is 7 chapters, we'll be doing until February 8th. That's the due date on all of the assignments for that module. Then Module 2, that will be due February 22nd. Module 3, 4, 5, and 6, each one of those covers a different software within the Microsoft Office package. Here's an overview of the assignments that you'll be doing. Course schedule and grading. You may want to watch that video. Be sure that you can always read that you can always access your gradebook, and also that you understand the grading, that you can read the rubric and get the comments, because I will always comment if you didn't make a perfect, and I may even comment if you did. Here's how we'll interact in this course. Be sure and read that. Here's my introduction, and you should also introduce yourself here and then comment to one other learner. You should do that this week before Sunday. So by Thursday, actually Thursday is the first day, so you should introduce yourself this week and then comment on one other learner. Here's the syllabus that you can download if you prefer, so that you may at least want to print out the last page. And please do read this. You're going to discuss it in an assignment, but the last page are your assignments, so please be sure that you have that handy. This is what you should go by for due dates and what the assignments will be that will be graded. It tells you how many points in each one. For the syllabus discussion, you need to be sure that you respond to the discussion points that I've given here and do so thoroughly, and then discuss that with one other student. Next steps, this is where we get started. So this week, Thursday through Sunday, you should be doing 4 things. Reading all of the information that I just kind of scanned over to get acquainted with the course. Number 2, get your materials, your textbook, download the software if you need to, be ready to start next Monday on the assignments. And number 3, the introduction, and number 4, the syllabus discussion. Okay, each module will work pretty much the same way. There is a module page which you see in front of you, and this is the module overview, what we'll cover in this module. The first one just covers basic computer concepts, the course objectives that it aligns with, and then the learning activities that you will be completing during this module. Page starts the actual chapters. Each chapter has its own learning objectives, learning activities. For each chapter, you should read the chapter thoroughly. You may want to print the PowerPoint and take notes on the PowerPoint to use on your quizzes. Review student study aids. These can be found on the publisher's website, which you'll find the link to that website throughout the course. Watch videos if there are videos in many of the cases in the SNAP, so be sure you watch those videos. And then in this first one, you have one assignment on the chapter 1, and that is to post and respond to a discussion. So you'll be posting to the chapter 1 discussion. Be sure you read this thoroughly. At the end of each of those explanations is the link to that. You can click here. Be sure your discussions also use a resource. It can be the textbook only, or it may be that you need to do a little more research and list the textbook in another website. You can use easybib.com to create those resources. They should not be just the link. For everything that's graded, there will be an explanation of the grading in a rubric, or in the quizzes they'll be, of course, self-assessed, except for a few of the essay questions that I will assess. Always respond to one other learner. All of these assignments for the first module are due February 8th. That gives you several weeks. Do not wait till February 7th or 8th to get started. You need to be working on it every day. Or at least every other day. You should be spending at least 6 to 12 hours, depending on how fast you are, each week on the material. So read the chapter on Monday, and then on Tuesday start the assignments, working an hour each day, so that you do not have to panic over the weekend and try to get it all done in 2 hours. You will not do as good a job if you do that. So it's very important that you learn to schedule your time, spread out the assignments to do, post to the discussion board frequently so that you can respond to other learners. Okay, and some of the chapters there will be more to do. I tried to cut down how much you had to do, so I combined the quiz for chapters 1 and 2. Instead of doing 2 quizzes, you're doing 1. So chapter overview, be sure you read that to get an idea of what you'll be studying, kind of get you ready, get your mind in that zone of what you're going to be learning about. Read over the chapter learning objectives. That further helps you to know what you're learning about. Read the chapter, review the PowerPoint, review any study aids you would like to review, watch videos. This is very important for Module 1. SNAP has some very good short videos that you should be watching in order to participate in the discussion board. You'll post and respond to the discussion, and then you will take the quiz. Some of the quiz will be self-graded because it's multiple choice, and some of the quiz requires essay or short answer. You'll continue through. Chapter 3 has a quiz all by itself. Chapter 4 is post and respond to discussions, and then you have your first project. It's a very short project that you, again, at the bottom of each of these are the assignment activities that are graded and the link to those activities. You should do these all in order. And at the end of each module, is a module exam. You should always review. The only module exam that's objective is this first one. The rest of them will all be project related. This module exam covers chapters 1 through 7. Before taking the exam, review the presentations from the chapters, review the study aids, and you may want to visit the publisher's website as there are some practice quizzes there. The exam is timed. All of the quizzes and exams are timed. It gives you plenty of time to look up some of the answers, but it doesn't give you enough time to thoroughly study and just take the exam and do well on it. So be sure you have followed the prescription that I've given in this course, which is following each of the web pages and doing as you're asked for the learning activities. Again, I can't stress enough that you need to get started very quickly. Every day you need to work on the course. You need to log in frequently for email and announcements. Please do not try to put off 4, 5, 6 days and then get started, or wait until the Sunday before. You need to work on it during the week. End of this video orientation.